Eczema is a very common skin disorder that is experienced by, they say, 15% of the population. And eczema is something that is familiar to me and my family because two of my children have battled with eczema. And there's two different kinds of eczema. One is acute, so it's temporary and it's brought on by various triggers, and it'll go away after those triggers are removed or the body is cleansed. And then we also have chronic eczema, which is a long-lasting thing, and sometimes it can be since birth. There are children who have eczema since birth, and or since they were a baby, and sometimes the eczema will go away when they get older, maybe when they become a teenager, or sometimes it will go away when they become an adult, or sometimes they'll get it later on, around puberty, and then it'll go away as an adult, or sometimes it may even come back. And eczema, of course, it's characterized by dry, itchy, scaly, inflamed, puffy, red skin, and it can be scaly. And so my son who had eczema, it was brought on after we went on vacation. And going on vacation can be a trigger for eczema because when you're on vacation, you tend to not eat as healthy. People tend to not eat as healthy when you're on vacation. You tend to eat less of the home cooked fresh meals and more, more junk food, more processed food, more packaged food, things like instant meals or, like instant soups or chips or crackers, or maybe you go out to a restaurant and, they're cooking with unhealthy oils and whatnot. Or maybe you'll have, extra, desserts or treats that you normally wouldn't have, at least not that often. But when you're on vacation, you'll splurge. And so these kinds of things are triggers. All this junk food, all the kind of junk food that I mentioned, fast food, eating out, packaged food, processed food, anything that isn't high quality, organic, homemade, fresh food, all junk foods, it can be a trigger. Other things that can be a trigger for acute eczema are, certain lotions or cleansers, shampoos and soaps that are harsh on the body. I remember once I got a kind of rash when I switched to a certain kind of laundry detergent. And it wasn't until I thought about, what am I doing that's different? Then I realized that, oh, we have this new laundry detergent. It was a cheap kind from Costco that I bought just because I was in a hurry and I needed something. I normally get, a good kind that is free of dyes and, other harsh chemicals. But at that time, I was in a hurry, so I got this cheap detergent from Costco, and it was a trigger for me. And I developed, I wouldn't call it eczema, it was just a temporary rash. But these kinds of things, if not addressed, they can also cause eczema. And another thing is just, sometimes when you're going through puberty or something like that, that can be a trigger only because your body, it becomes overloaded with not just toxins but hormones, that you're dealing with because of puberty. And there's a deficiency somewhere, and we'll talk about different common deficiencies with eczema. I'll talk about that soon. So for my son, it was an acute case, and we knew that it was brought on by the unhealthy food that we were eating on vacation. And so when we got home, what I did is I put him on a simple herbal cleanse with, and the kinds of herbs that we use for cleansing are burdock root, milk thistle, and dandelion root. Now, you can do tincture, but I find that it's more, I find that for us, it's more effective for those types of things when it comes to cleansing, if we take it in tea form. And so we buy the herbs from pacificbotanicals.com online or from mountainroseherbs.com. And I'm going to put all of these notes, again, for this video on our blog. It's going to be at aruka.com/blog/eczema. Okay, so you don't have to worry about remembering these things. I'll put them all in the notes. But so you'll be able to find it there. So I gave him these cleansing herbs, and it's always best to get the herbs fresh or dried, not I trust it more. I trust it when it's from these sources. I know that I know that it's pure. I know there's no, additives. I know the strength of it because I'm making it myself. So I'll make this tea, I'll steep it and give it to him to drink, add a little bit of honey to make it taste good and go down. And that helped him. It took a few weeks, and then his eczema, completely went away. Now, my daughter, in that case, it was different because for her, it was a more chronic issue, and we had to figure out different things that helped her and that would work. Okay, so for her, and it's been something that she's dealt with for years, and she has to do certain things to keep it at bay. And if she doesn't follow the regimen, then it will flare up. So it's something that she has to be mindful of. Okay, it's not just like a because it's something it's a deficiency or an imbalance in her own body. In that particular case, it wasn't an outside trigger exactly. It was more like her body, a deficiency and an imbalance. Okay. So of course, whether it was for him or for her, the healthy diet, it was required for both cases. Okay. So she has to stay away from the junk food and the processed foods, and she has to stay away from the desserts and eat very very little sugar. Now we do again, and I've said this in other videos, we do eat healthy sugars in terms of we do honey with our tea, we eat fruit, fresh raw fruit every day, and we also do a bit of apple juice and orange juice. There's health benefits to both of those, and fresh and raw is the best, but organic, we always get the organic juices, but not too much of any of these things. And certainly desserts, candy, and that kind of stuff should be very minimal, especially if you're trying to heal from eczema, because it causes inflammation. Sugar and all these unhealthy foods will contribute to the inflammation, which is a huge part of the eczema problem. Okay, so another thing though that she found a lot of results with, and not just her, but a lot of people have found a lot of help and relief with, is increasing her vitamin D levels. So she found that when we went on vacation to the beach, which we like to do every year, and she found that when we do that, her eczema heals, it clears up. And so from that, we saw that the vitamin D really is a big part of her imbalance problem, of her deficiency problem. So substitute or supplementing with vitamin D is very important. Now, the only way to know if you're getting enough vitamin D is to test. It's to test for your optimal levels. So if you go to Mercola.com, he offers some vitamin D tests, and There's also, if you go to Vitamin D Council, I believe, vitamindcouncil.com, there's links to vitamin tests, and I'll put that in the blog information. So, and also the darker that one is, the more vitamin D that one needs. And that's just how God designed us, you know. God designed us so that the darker our skin is, the more we can withstand the sunshine and the more sunshine we need, actually. So that was a big factor in her healing. And another thing that really helped her is increasing her omega-3. So with the omega-3, it should be high quality. We do a kosher source of fish oil. The brand that we're using currently is Nordic Naturals, and I can provide a link to that as well. And there are other things, you know, that Dr. Christopher suggests. Another thing that you know, we're starting to do that we do from time to time, but especially, you know, when we have any kind of issues, is juice fasting, vegetable juice fasting. And that's just a way to flood your body with nutrition, the kind of nutrition that it needs to strengthen itself, to strengthen your immune system, so that it can help fight anything, you know, not just eczema, but you know, this is a healing protocol for even life-threatening diseases like you know, cancer, and you know, any serious disease. Dr. Richard Schultz, the herbalist, he's not a medical doctor, he's an herbalist, and the Gerson therapy, you know, they do vegetable juicing or even fasting with vegetable juices. So it's a very natural way to increase your vitamins, to boost your immune system, because really your body can heal itself of anything and everything. It just needs the right fuel, it just needs the right nutrients to heal. So I was just talking to some scientists, actually, a biochemist, and you know, telling him these things, and he was agreeing, you know, that, you know, the things that I was saying matched up with basically his research and his study. You know, like for example, we're talking about plants. You know, when a plant is doing poorly, what does the gardener do? The gardener looks to see if it needs more sunlight, if it needs more nutrients in the soil in the form of fertilizer. You know, does it need more water? So no matter what the problem with the plant is, oftentimes the solution is the same. You have to check for, you know, what is this plant missing? What could it be missing? And it's the same thing with with um, with holistic approach to almost anything. The question usually is, you know, what are the imbalances? What are we missing? And the things that are missing in the Western diet and the Western lifestyle, they're often the same, and these imbalances manifest itself in different ways, whether they be in skin problems or whether they be in cancer or, you know, in other, you know, various problems. But oftentimes, you know, the body is intelligent. God has designed our bodies to be self-healing. The thing is, we just need to give it what it needs. Another thing that is important to reduce inflammation is again the vitamin C. And there's also other herbs that can help with that, like turmeric and whatnot. And you know, Dr. Christopher, he also, the herbalist, Dr. Christopher, one of my teachers, he would recommend a chickweed fomentation. So basically, chickweed tea, and then you soak a cloth in it, and you wrap it. You know, you wrap the eczema with it for some time. And I'll give a link to that too in his recommendations, his various other herbal recommendations for eczema. So yeah, those are the main things that have helped our family with eczema. And those are also the things that, you know, top healers like the herbalists, you know, Richard Schultz and Dr. Christopher, and orthomolecular nutritionist and scientist Andrew Saul. These are the things that, that they recommend as well. The herbs, the juice fasting, the omega-3s, the vitamin D, and optimizing those levels. Those are very common um, healing protocols for eczema. So if you would like personal health coaching for eczema or any other problem that you may have, go ahead and contact me. You can visit our website, aruka.com, and you can work with either me or another health coach on this using the Aruka protocol, which is basically an assessment of diet, nutrition, different things. And our approach is educational. We don't diagnose, treat, or prescribe diseases, medications or anything like that. The health coaching model is educational. It's one that provides education, inspiration, and support. And it's for the long run. It's not like the medical model. It's like you go into the doctor and you get this one pill, or you do this one operation, and then you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to change your life. You don't have to change your diet. You don't have to do anything. But the holistic model is very different. It's a holistic approach. And so that's why it's an educational approach. And also, of course, we have our holistic healer program. So if you're interested in becoming a naturopathic herbalist and a holistic health coach and helping people to heal themselves, become the healer of your home and your community, and build a profitable health coaching business, I invite you to also visit our website and talk to someone about becoming a healer. And I hope this helps you. And again, remember, for the exact notes and links and resources, I'm going to put them on my blog at aruka.com/blog/eczema. And we have a lot of, we have several testimonies on our website from various people that we've helped and coached, including some medical doctors. So if you're interested in either personal coaching or learning how to become a healer yourself, please visit our website. Shalom.